Writing is usually described as an act of expression, putting something out, making something visible. But most days it feels closer to listening, not in a focused, attentive way, more like sitting quietly long enough for a thought to finish what it was trying to say. There are things that don't speak up when you're busy performing opinions about them. They wait, they drift, they show up only after the noise settles. The page gives them that time. When I write, I'm often surprised by what arrives. Not because it's insightful, but because it was already there, just unnoticed. Writing slows the moment down just enough to hear what's underneath the first reaction. This is why the question of when to journal never felt strict to me. There isn't a right hour or a particular productive place or a version of the day that's more suitable than another, a specific window. No, you can write in the middle of things before they make sense after they've already passed. Some days the blank page works best in the morning before the day adds its own commentary. Other days, it makes more sense at night when everything has already happened and there's nothing left to perform. And sometimes it happens in between when you sit down without planning to write and realize you're already listening to your thoughts, to your heart. Journaling doesn't need a rule because listening doesn't either. It happens when you stop trying to speak over yourself. The page isn't asking you to analyze what you feel. It isn't asking for conclusions. It's just asking you to stay with the thought long enough to hear where it goes once it's no longer interrupted. This is why starting matters less than continuing. You don't need to wait for the particular moment. You don't need to feel ready. You start when something in you feels unheard, or tired of explaining itself, or simply present enough to pause. Writing, like listening, isn't about control. It's about attention. One page is often enough time to hear something you've been carrying quietly without knowing it was there. And once it's heard, the page doesn't insist on anything else. It lets the silence return.